hate me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Helicopter coming crash down on Highway 50 out here, which is a common highway that they constantly seem like they've been working on forever. Versus, you know what I'm saying? Versus is making a comeback. Now we all remember Versus that was keeping us entertained while we were stuck in the house during COVID. You know what I'm saying? Put out some type of bogus apology that was not a legit apology. You know what I'm saying? She was definitely still taking shots at a time. You know what I'm saying? The two record labels, you know what I mean, that was dominating the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? You had Cash Money, you had No Limit. They was both eating. You know what I'm saying? They was both controlling and dominating. Yeah. What's going on? What's happening? Welcome into Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Back with another one on this fine Wednesday. You know what I mean? In the middle of the week. You know what I'm saying? Over what they like to call hump day. You know what I'm saying? Hope you make it over the hump. Hope your Wednesday is going cool. You know what I mean? It's in the middle of the week. We are almost there to the weekend. You know what I'm saying? This is hopefully you've been being productive. Hopefully you've been getting your work on hard. Monday and Tuesday, you feel me? We have finally made it to that middle point. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to this fine Wednesday. Welcome you in with Kons Podcast. Got some good topics for you today. You know what I'm saying? Keep you updated on this wicked world. Like I said, you know what I mean? In case you missed the last episode, you know what I'm saying? Episode 312. You know what I mean? In episode 312, in case you missed it, quick little recap and let you know that Netflix is on the downfall. 25 billion, lost 25 billion in subscriber revenue due to Elon Musk pointing out that they are promoting homosexuality to children. He put out a whole movement wanting to cancel Netflix. Diddy also got 4 years. I'll let you know that in the episode, and also I'll let you know that Trey Reed had a new autopsy done on him that was funded by Colin Kaepernick, and some new details came out that they was lying to us about. Also let you know about Kyron Lacey, you know what I'm saying, the LSU football star. They tried to blame a fatal accident on him, and he wasn't even near the cars. You know what I'm saying? That was last episode. In case you missed it, you know what I mean? Today's episode, we got a few little topics for you, you know what I mean? Wednesdays is always the slow day, you know what I'm saying? Don't be too much going on, you know what I'm saying? But I got 3 topics for you, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know that a helicopter crashed out here on the freeway. You know what I'm saying? I got topics, I got news coverage and clips on that. Also, Versus is coming back, you feel me, with an epic battle that all of us in 40s, 35 and up is very familiar with. The 2 camps that's going to be doing a battle. I'm going to let you know who they are. And also Nicki Minaj, we're going to touch on how she tried to apologize to Cardi B, but Cardi B wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the 3 topics we're going to go over today, and then we're going to go over the final thoughts and closing thoughts of how I feel on these topics that we're going to go over today. You know what I'm saying? So if this your first time here and you just now tuning in, you know what I'm saying? This is where we go over the news. This is where we go over headlines. You know what I'm saying? Whatever made a headline, whatever was news, whatever was in your face, whenever you first logged on to the computer. You know what I'm saying? Whether your homepage was MSNBC, Yahoo News, Google News, you know what I'm saying? Hip Hop DS, whatever the case may be, wherever you see a headline, I'm probably touching on some of that right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? So keep it locked. Tell your friends about it, and let me keep you updated on this wicked world. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, without further ado, you know what I'm saying, without no more chit chat or no more banter, you know what I mean, we're gonna jump right into these topics, you know what I'm saying. So first up, you know what I mean, we had a helicopter, you know what I'm saying, we had a whole helicopter come and crash down on Highway 50 out here, which is a common highway that they constantly seem like they've been working on forever out here, you know what I'm saying. Since I moved out here, they've been working on that freeway, you know what I mean. So a helicopter had crashed right on the freeway freeway out there in the middle of traffic. You know what I'm saying? On US 50 out here in 50, just in front of the power end exit, a group of drivers, there was about 15 people. They all got out and had to lift the helicopter off of a nurse. The helicopter was pinned down, and they all got out and was managed to lift it up and pulled her from under the helicopter. You know what I'm saying? They haven't released why it crashed as of yet, for this just happened about last night. You know what I'm saying? But we know it was a medical helicopter, and I believe it had 3 people on board. And I also believe it was no fatalities. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got hurt besides like the people in the helicopter, of course, but nobody lost their life. You know what I'm saying? So the next little clips you're about to see is just different coverages and different things pertaining to this helicopter crash. Even got coverages of some of the people that was being talked to that was on the scene. Now let me check these clips out.
I just ran out the car and I ran to the helicopter. There was one that was outside and there was one underneath and there was one in the cockpit. And then a bunch of people came and we helped lift the helicopter and we pulled her under. We had to pull her from under. Oh, it was crazy, man. That's surreal. It's still surreal. I can still see it falling. That's what's the crazy part about it. Oh, she was screaming. She was in agonizing pain. I was trying to talk to her. I was trying to help her through it, for sure. Yeah, when my grandfather parked, he literally put the car right here. Before he even stopped it in the park, I just got out the car and just ran to the helicopter to try to make sure everybody was all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're a hero.
I don't know, yeah, maybe. Maybe, yeah.
Yes, he is.
You just knew you had to do something.
I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I lost a best friend. I wasn't there to save him, so that kind of put me in a state of mind, you know? Oh, man, it wasn't just me. It was all of us, man. It was probably from the front of the plane all the way to the tail, there was a line of people just lifting it up.
Well, today, October the 6th, I'm minding my own business, driving down Highway 50 to take my grandson home. All of a sudden, we see this helicopter, and I thought it was going to land, and it kept going down lower, and it just hit nosedive. And when it nosedived, we all just was in shock, but we all ran out of our cars, and I kept telling everybody, pull her out, get her out, get the people out, because you don't know what was going to happen, and the plane was going to go kaboosh. So about 10 people, all in these cars, and my grandson lifted it up, the helicopter, they lifted it up and pulled her from underneath it. But it was a horrible, horrible scene. Never seen nothing like that in my life. So we just got to pray for all of them.
With a breaking news update on that crash on Highway 50 in Sacramento.
New cell phone video shows the moment the crash happened. 3 people were injured, and today we are hearing from more witnesses.
ABC 7 News reporter Suzanne Fawn is in the newsroom right now with the update. Suzanne, what do we know?
So, Karina, Larry, witnesses say it was a miracle that no one was killed and that more people were not hurt. And authorities say it's truly fortunate that the medical helicopter did not catch fire.
Getting reports of a helicopter crash in the middle of the freeway.
A horrifying crash in the middle of Highway 50 in Sacramento. Cell phone video captured the dramatic scene just after 7 Monday night. A chopper fell from the sky, helicopter blades slammed into the road, and then plumes of white smoke. So close to cars.
Man, it's surreal. It's still surreal. I can still see it falling. That's what's the crazy part about it.
It hit nosedive. And when it nosedived, we all just was in shock, but we all ran out of our cars. And I kept telling everybody, pull her out, get the people out, because we don't know what was going to happen, and the plane was going to go kaboosh.
The chopper crashed upside down, scattering debris over an extensive area. One person was pinned underneath the helicopter. She was rescued with the help of Chris Lozano and others who lifted part of the aircraft, according to officials. The fire department says 3 people on board, the pilot, a nurse, and paramedic, were critically injured. The helicopter just dropped off a patient at UC Davis Medical Center.
A really loud boom.
ABC 7 News talked to Marsha McHugh of Sacramento by phone. She heard the crash but didn't know what it was. She lives right beside Highway 50, about 1,500 feet from where the plane went down.
I got a phone call from a neighbor and said it was on the end of our street. We hear crashes all the time. That's nothing new. But a helicopter? Could have been a lot worse. Those drivers were very alert. They must have put the brakes on seriously.
Remarkably, no vehicles were struck by the helicopter. No one on the ground was hurt. The fire department says the crash could have been much, much worse.
The lucky portion for us, I'd say, is the fact that the helicopter did not catch on fire, because then we would have an additional problem to that. When we operate on these freeways with any type of fire risk, we don't have fire hydrants. So all that water would have to be brought in, and it being jet fuel that's loaded into these aircrafts would have been a very hot and very intense fire.
All 3 crew members injured in the crash are now being treated at UC Davis Medical Center. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Anyone who witnessed the crash or who has dash cam footage of the incident is asked to call the CHP Valley Division.
I want to continue to keep you guys updated tonight, not only on the status of these 3 victims of the helicopter crash on Highway 50 yesterday in Sacramento, but also on the people who raced in to help the moment that helicopter fell from the sky right before their very eyes as they were driving on Highway 50. I want to start with the Good Samaritans. This video was provided to us by Terry and Ken, a husband and wife, who were there in that moment. They captured this video of all of these drivers, about 15 people, rushing to the helicopter, helping lift it off of the ground to free a nurse who's been identified to us, my family, as Susie Smith, a nurse for more than 30 years who has flown medical missions in other countries, very strong in her faith, very much following her calling as a nurse always. She was pinned, and these bystanders all rushed in to help lift that helicopter weighing thousands of pounds. Here's what some of these witnesses described to us this evening.
My first thought was how amazing, and I mean this sincerely, I really thought this, that nobody questioned. Everybody was just like, these are human beings that need us, and everybody just ran to help them.
You know, I don't think I've ever felt that since 9/11. You know, and I know, like, at that time, everyone came together. It didn't matter what you did, who you are, who you loved, who you prayed to. None of that made a difference. What made a difference is when someone needed help, like, we were all there. And it came down to no questions asked. People needed help, let's help.
So the second woman you heard from there, Priscilla, not only did she rush in to help lift this helicopter, but she was actually in the first row of cars that all slammed on their brakes when this helicopter just fell right out of the sky and right in front of their cars on Highway 50. She got out of her car. She was one of the first people to rush up to Susie, the nurse, as she was pinned underneath that helicopter. She tells me she put her hand on Susie's back and was comforting her. She tells me she was crying out for help. But in that moment, Priscilla told her, "You're not alone, you're okay, help is on the way." And she told me that that's just something that she would have wanted somebody to do for her family member, to let them know that they weren't alone. So we're gonna keep you updated tonight as much as we can on the victims. As far as we know right now, I'm outside UC Davis Medical Center. The latest update is that all 3 of the victims, the pilot, the nurse, Susie, and a paramedic, are all still in critical condition and fighting for their lives tonight. Again, it's Tuesday night, just after 8 o'clock. We'll keep you updated as much as we can.
As you seen, you know what I'm saying, a big red medical helicopter crashed right down on the freeway. Luckily, nobody lost their life in the matter, you know what I mean? Versus, you know what I'm saying? Versus is making a comeback. You know what I mean? We all remember Versus that was keeping us entertained while we were stuck in the house during COVID. You know what I'm saying? While we was worried about putting masks on and putting whole facial covers over our faces and full med-vac, HVAC suits on, coming outside, all the ridiculous things we said during COVID. But Versus was something that was keeping our lives entertained while we was in the house, you feel me? So they're making a comeback with an epic battle for all the OGs of the world, people who was my age and up, from that was alive in the late 90s, early 2000s era, with the Nellies and the Air Force Ones, you know what I'm saying? Cash Money would back that ass up with Juvenile and Bling Bling with BG, you know what I'm saying? And make them say, with Master P, you know what I mean? And Bout It, and Mr. Ice Cream Man, you know what I'm saying? All the old classics from No Limit and Cash Money Records is going to be colliding on a stage, you know what I'm saying? For an old school versus battle, you know what I'm saying? This was started all by Timberland and Swiss Beats, you know what I'm saying? We all know they later sold it to Dizzler, which is a company that goes viral and makes a lot of videos, makes a lot of short videos, minute reels and such. The battle's gonna be happening October 25th. You know what I'm saying? The streaming is to be announced, so we don't know where it's gonna be streaming at just yet, but I'm sure it's gonna be on a YouTube. Somebody's gonna be putting it up. Somebody gonna be filming and putting it on YouTube for sure. So it's gonna be streaming for show somewhere. They're just gonna let us know officially where it's gonna be at in the near future. You know what I'm saying? So these next little clips you're about to see is just people that's also excited about it, and people letting you know about this versus battle coming up with two classic camps in the music that was dominating the 2000s. Check these clips out.
Speaking of announcements, Versus is returning.
Come on now.
Yeah, so yesterday it was announced that Versus will be returning at Complex Con this year, going down October 25th. It will be Cash Money Records versus No Limit
Fire.
Records.
That's gonna be dope.
Okay?
Fire!
Yes.
So, Cash Money and No Limit Records is about to do a versus. I am super excited for that. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know this, you are about to see exactly who your grandmama, your nana, your titi, y'all about to see who those women really are. I'm talking about the women that were around listening to those songs from the early 2000s and the 90s. What are y'all gonna do when you see your grandmama dancing to back that ass up? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. No Limit Records, and I feel like they have a chance. It's gonna be a crazy battle, because the truth of the matter is both of these record labels have crazy records. They have crazy hits. You cannot shake a BBL to back that ass up. When Back That Ass Up come on, y'all BBLs need to sit the fuck down. When Girl You Look Good, you gotta back that ass up. You was fine, motherfucker. When that shit come on, BBLs gotta sit the fuck down. When No Limit Records start playing, wobble wobble. Well, won't you shake it? Now won't you drop it? Fool, take it. Y'all, if y'all even think y'all about to shake y'all BBLs to those songs, your ass is gonna fly away and run away and leave you alone. Like, don't think that your booty meat is gonna still be attached to your body trying to shake your ass to those songs from No Limit and Cash Money. These are groups that go back and watch their videos. The girls in those videos, we learned that back in the day, the men learned that there was a level of twerk. It was called rump shaking. It wasn't called twerking. They called it rump shaking. There was a level of that was beyond what we was prepared for. It's gonna be a party. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, and I'm excited to see who's gonna win this. We're gonna have another classic. Y'all better be ready.
You know what I'm saying? That was clips just letting you know that people is also excited about this versus battle coming back between Cash Money and No Limit Records. You know what I mean? Nicki, yo, what's up? Excuse me. Pardon this interruption. You know what I'm saying? But this is a time in the middle of this episode where you can hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't hit it yet and you enjoying this constant content of Kons podcast, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You feel me? If you ain't hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button, hit the share button. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't shared this, hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? And go back down the list, hit the like button and comment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead and do that right now. Hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, you ain't gonna be disappointed and catch all this content. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit that bell too, so that you get notified whenever I drop an episode. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to this episode though. Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? We talked about, if you follow the podcast, I definitely touched on how Cardi B and Nicki Minaj was going back and forth on Twitter, mentioning each other's kids and exposing drug addiction habits and all kind of different stuff that was going on between the Twitters of the two, you know what I'm saying, back and forth on Twitter, you know what I mean? So Nicki Minaj put out some type of bogus apology that was not a legit apology, you know what I'm saying? She was definitely still taking shots in the midst of writing an apology, so it wasn't really an apology. And of course, Cardi B definitely wasn't going for none of that. She even addressed, I believe, the grandfather and called him Papa Perk, as in short for a Percocet. You know what I mean? She was putting out a bunch of allegations on Nicki Minaj. She's a drug user. She be sniffing coke. She be doing a whole bunch of different kind of drugs and some more stuff, and the industry apparently knows this. You know what I mean? This is some of the stuff that Cardi B was putting out there, and you can look up different watched interviews, for example, when she was on Kons stream, she was definitely spinning, definitely tweaking. When she was on Funny Marco, look up that interview. She was definitely tweaking. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't high on no weed, no joint, no blunt. She was high off some chemicals for sure. You know what I mean? She was on there. Just look it up. You know, you can definitely tell that she was definitely spinning, tweaking. You feel me? But in these next little clips, you know what I'm saying? These are just clips. They're gonna let you know. They're gonna read to you the apology that Nicki Minaj wrote, and also another clip they're gonna read to you Cardi's response to that. Check these clips out.
I want somebody to take this lady phone real bad, because now it's going too far. She said, "Dear culture, truth is I did this all for a bigger purpose, and one day you'll understand. You started off wrong. Addressing my child? Oh my God, the only way for this to end is in a shootout. You're a cute kid, and lots of kids have cute little funny looking gums before they grow into all of their features. One day you'll see this, so I have to say I apologize as a child of God and queen of my community who look to me for integrity. You're an innocent child and don't deserve any of this. One day your mother, aunt, and many more will be brought to their knees for what they've said and tried to do to my young prophet, beautiful boy. I'm not gonna lie, she's not beating the allegations of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. I'm not going to lie, this is not looking good for Nicki Minaj.
Cardi has since responded to that apology from Nicki. She said, "Don't give my child no backhanded apology. Keep my child name out your mouth, because I'ma always take you where you don't want to go about mine. Honest truth, this going back and forth about kids is really draining my energy. I don't want to keep mentioning kids. It feels very nasty and dark, but the energy you keep giving my kids, I'ma resend back to Messenger." Then she issued her own apology to Papa Bear. And she said, "Dear Papa Perk, I'm sorry that your mommy haven't cut you a birthday cake for the past 3 days because she can't take my success or happiness. One day you're going to grow up, and I hope you understand when a girl says no, it means no. And you can overcome the pedophilia blood you inherited from your grandfather, father, and uncle. Oh my God. Please don't hate me when you grow up, because your mommy rather give me more attention than she gives you. Hopefully when somebody that really cares about her puts her in rehab and get her the help she needs, she come out and read you a book." Y'all, it has been such a crazy...
You know what I mean? That was her with the little BS apology that she tried to take, and of course Cardi B wasn't going for that, being that she was mentioning her children. You know what I'm saying? But that's all the topics I got for today. The quick little 3 topics, you know what I mean? Keep you updated on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now. You know what I mean? It's the 3 topics that I got for today. You know what I'm saying? In case you got lost, you feel me? Tonight, I just let you know. I told you about a helicopter crash that crashed right here on the freeway, common freeway out here in Sacramento, that a lot of people take. You know what I'm saying? A helicopter crash right on the freeway, but Good Samaritans was able to bind together and lift the helicopter up off of a nurse that it was pinned on after the crash. Also let you know a versus battle is coming back between Cash Money Records and No Limit. Should be an epic battle coming back October 25th. They're going to let you know in the future where it's going to be officially streaming at. Also let you know about Nicki Minaj issuing out a BS apology to Cardi B. And of course, Cardi B was not going for it and had her own choice of words to fight back with. But yeah, that's what I have for you. That's what I let you know. Episode 313. You know what I'm saying? So for the closing thoughts, the final closing thoughts on these 3 topics, you know what I mean? Trying to let you know what I think and what I feel, or what I just let you know. You know what I'm saying? So a helicopter crash, you know what I mean? A helicopter just came down all of a sudden. There's even footage of people that was standing, you know what I'm saying, right there on the freeway. You feel me? Not standing, but maybe they was filming from their car, and the crash came down right next to them. They was on the other side. 50 is, you know what I'm saying, that's north and south. You know what I mean? So it's people going one way, people going the other way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bunch of different footage, and it's crazy to see, because usually, you know what I'm saying, we hear about this kind of stuff happening like in New York or other states, you know know what I mean? We don't really hear anything about anything crashing down here in Sacramento, you know what I mean? We ain't never really heard that before, you know what I'm saying? A helicopter crashing down just on the freeway type deal. We ain't used to that, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never seen that, so I don't know what was up with it. I don't know what's up with that helicopter, you know what I'm saying? Or the pilot. They said the pilot was highly decorated. She was flying for some 20-something years, you know what I mean? But I don't know what happened. They have yet to say what was going on with that helicopter and why it came crashing down, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely just came crashing down out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Thankfully, nobody lost their life behind that, because that could have been bad, you know what I'm saying? That could have been tragic. Helicopter crashes is crazy, you know what I mean? Because you got them propellers flying and spinning at such a high velocity of speed, you know what I mean? Them things can chop heads off, chop limbs off, you know what I mean? Disintegrate people if they come flying out at a high rate, you know what I mean? So it's a good thing. Nobody lost their life, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they had injuries, you know what I mean, of the people that was in the helicopter, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't crash down on nobody. It didn't crash into nobody's car. I guess people was able to stop before that it hit, you know what I'm saying? I guess it wasn't, it was like at nighttime, so good thing it wasn't during rush hour, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise it would have been a parking lot, and it wouldn't have had nowhere else but to land on somebody's whip, a few people's whip probably, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, it's just it's fortunate that it happened the way it did and nobody lost their life, you know what I'm saying? But it's tragic that it happened right here in Sac, you know what I mean? And this is a freeway that I go across frequently, you know what I'm saying? I believe I was actually this was Monday night, I think. So I was actually on that freeway that night, matter of fact. And it was a whole bunch of traffic, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know why. Maybe that's the reason why. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's crazy though to hear about it and be in the same city with something like that happening. Like I said, stuff like that don't really happen in the same city that I'm living in. You know what I mean? Versus battle, you know what I'm saying? Versus battle is coming back. That's something dope. That should be very entertaining. You know what I mean? These two crews wasn't really necessarily funking. They wasn't necessarily beefing. You know what I'm saying? They was just the two dominant crews at the time. You know what I'm saying? The two record labels, you know what I mean? That was dominating the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? You had Cash Money, you had No Limit. They was both eating. You know what I'm saying? They was both controlling and dominating the music. This is all we heard. You know what I'm saying? Was a Juvenile or a Master P song, No Limit song from, you know, whether it would be Silk the Shocker, whether it be Master P, Mystical, you know what I'm saying? All them cats, everybody, you know, Master P had roster over there. They had a bunch of niggas out there making hits, you know what I'm saying? Bringing in bread, bringing in platinum hits, you know what I mean? So this should be a dope battle. Also, Cash Money, you know, we definitely familiar with their songs. Probably a lot more so than No Limit songs. You know what I'm saying? They had kind of a stronger run, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because Juvenile's Back That Ass Up is played today. I mean, that is played in clubs today, and you could find the whole dance floor twerking to it today in the club. You know what I'm saying? Right now, 2025. You know what I mean? That's some 20 years later. You feel me? That song is still doing it. I don't know about a Master P song that's still doing it like that today. You know what I'm saying? On that level, as far as like a Back That Ass Up. I don't know one. You know what I mean? Maybe y'all could, you know what I'm saying, leave in the comments what song you think that Master P had dominating over Back That Ass Up or Bling Bling. You know what I'm saying? Those were super major hits across the world Cash Money put out. You know what I mean? So it should be a dope battle though. You know what I'm saying? Because Master P got roster. How's it going to be? They going to bring everybody. You know what I'm saying? It'll be 100 motherfuckers on stage if both camps brought their whole roster of artists on stage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're going to do it. Complex Con, I know, is sponsoring it. So I don't know, it should be dope. I'm definitely going to tune in. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely be, sounds like I'm going to definitely be entertained by it for sure. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm from that era. I lived through all that, through all them hits, through Nelly's, you know what I mean, Air Force Ones, through the Air Force One era when everybody was wearing Air Ones. You know what I'm saying? Juvenile's hits. I was living through all that. So, you know what I'm saying? It should be dope to see. I'm definitely going to be entertained by it. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking forward to tuning in October 25th. You know what I mean? Seeing how they're going to pull that off. Nicki Minaj decided to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's too late for all that. You know what I'm saying? It started, with the rants and stuff that you were saying on Twitter, it's starting to look like, you feel me, that you mess with them hardcore drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen a TikTok, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how true it was, so I didn't download it, but they said that Eminem had tweeted out and was like, you know what I'm saying, that was low. You not keeping it rap or something like that. If your comeback is to insult someone's children or something like that, something along them lines he said, that the video was saying he said. I don't know if it's true or not, you feel me? But I definitely agree though, you know what I'm saying? If you going toe to toe with someone, it is definitely low you to mention or bring in that person's children. That is foul. That's going too far, you know what I'm saying? That's going to make somebody take the gloves off, you feel me? Just like Cardi B said, just like she did. I mean, told her to pull up. It's time to fight now. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to keep going back and forth tweeting. What's the point in that? You know what I'm saying? You mentioned my kids. It's time to see about it. You know what I mean? So mentioning somebody's children in a A and B tit for tat, you know what I'm saying? And then you bring C, D, and E involved in an A and B tit for tat. It's never good. You know what I'm saying? It's never good. Just keep it between A and B. You know, why you got to bring in offsprings of the person that you mad at? You know what I'm saying? What do their kids have to do with what you mad at that person about? You know what I'm saying? And then she got babies at that. They're not even teenagers. They're not even 18, 19. She got babies. You feel me? They are young. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about them, like talking about gum lines, high gum lines, and calling them names and this and that. It's just very distasteful. You know what I'm saying? Keep it directed at Cardi B. Like, why are you mentioning her children? You know what I mean? I could see maybe if they were older kids, maybe like 18, 19, 20, you know what I mean? You clowning on them or whatnot, maybe. But come on, they are babies, yo. You know what I'm saying? They 10 and under type deal. Like, that's gonna make somebody want to body you, you know? You gotta watch what you say when you're playing around with somebody's kids, you know what I mean? That triggers different beings in people, in parents, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Jimmy, the apology wasn't nothing. I wouldn't accept that either if I was Cardi B. I would still clown her like she did, like y'all heard what she said. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got for today. That was my final and closing thoughts for episode 313. You know what I'm saying? Thank all y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? Thank all y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have been doing anything you wanted to do, no matter who you was. You know what I mean? Whether you was a little brother, little sister, whether you was a niece, a nephew. You know what I'm saying? You could have been an auntie or uncle. You know what I mean? You could have been cousin Pookie, cousin Mookie. You could have been cousin TT, cousin Man, cousin Pete. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all got pets that's sitting there right along with you, you know what I mean? Whether your pet is a cat, you have a pet dog, a pet hedgehog, you have a pet rat, a pet gerbil, you have a pet iguana, a pet lizard, you have a pet alligator, you know what I'm saying? Fresh out the swamp, you know what I mean? But if y'all got pets and they sitting there watching it too, I definitely with them, you know what I'm saying? Salute to them like you see the homie scrolling up the screen, giving you that good salute. You know what I'm saying? But thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? The beat that you hear creeping up in the background was made by none other than Amazing Beats. You know what I'm saying? But thank all y'all for tuning in. Enjoy these credits and enjoy the homie Amazing while he let you hear this slapping ass beat while these credits roll up the screen. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching episode 313.
You hate me, don't you? 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 hate me, don't you?
Yo, excuse me, pardon me, pardon this interruption, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, now is your time while I'm interrupting my episode, you feel me, for you to pick up. Yo, what's happening, you know what I'm saying? It's Kons Podcast interrupting this episode, you feel me, for you to hit that subscribe. What's up, what's happening, breaking news, let me interrupt this breaking news, let me interrupt these current events, let me interrupt these headlines, you feel me, if you digging this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Yeah, what's happening, you feel me, I'm here to interrupt this episode to let you know, nothing to hit that subscribe button if you ain't already. Yeah, excuse me, small interruption to this episode. If you ain't hit the subscribe button, now it's your time to hit that subscribe button. Yo, what's up? What's happening? Yeah, if you liking all this daily content that I'm posting, if you fuck with Kons Podcast, hit that subscribe button.